Hi, so today I'm focusing on another Cinderella story, but this time it's not Grimm's, it's actually my own. I spent 3 years writing this Cinderella story. It's about a girl who lives in a country that believes all redheads are cursed and awful, and turns out that she's a redhead. Did I say she was the princess? She's the princess. She's the princess growing up in this country that wants to kill her. So it's a fun story, it's exciting. And if you get a chance, check it out. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have that, you can just click on it. I love this story. I hope that you love this story. But even if you never ever read the story, you can see my own fan art. I have had other people make fan art of my book and it's fun. So I thought I'll make my own. I hope you enjoy. So before I jump into my critique, I thought that I would actually read the back book description just so you get an idea of the story. Cassandra is not a typical princess, nor will she ever be. Cursed with the bountiful scarlet curls of a dame's own, she has been hidden away by her troubled parents to keep her and their kingdom safe. In her restricted chambers, she channels her brilliant mind into art and music. It is only with the kind aid of some unlikely companions that Cassandra finally begins to challenge the legends of old and rethink what it means to be a dame's own. In a world that has forsaken her, Cassandra must navigate the desolate life she has been given while avoiding the animosity of her vengeful brother. For her, the road to recognition, redemption, and romance will either be her greatest triumph or her ultimate defeat. Bum bum bum. Anyway. Since I have no further story to read, I just thought I'd jump into the critique, which is nice because it makes this video a lot shorter. So I really enjoyed doing this piece. I gave myself a lot of challenges, and that's partly why I think that it turned out well in the end. So I guess I just felt good about it. But the challenges that I gave myself, besides trying to have a good sketch and telling a story like I've done in my other ones, my newer challenges were to try some new techniques. So one of the things I did was first I designed these kind of larger windows, and I wanted to make them appear to be windows and kind of show the outside, and that was kind of a challenge for me to make it look right, but I feel like that was successful, as you'll see later on in the video. I also decided to try a new technique I saw on YouTube from a few other artists, where with alcohol-based markers you put down a layer of color, and then you use either another marker or a colorless blender marker, which is just the alcohol base. It doesn't have any saturation or color or anything. And you use that to create detail on top of the layer you put down. So it kind of makes that inking area lighten so you can see details. And so I did that on the carpet and the walls. And it was a fun challenge, and I really enjoyed it. I feel like the floor turned out really well, but the walls weren't as successful as I would have liked. So that's something to experiment with more in the future. But I had a lot of fun with it. I feel like my biggest success I feel my biggest success was with her. I felt like the shading on her looked really good. I feel like there are just some really, really nice things that happened on her. So I felt good about that. Other successes, I use my ruler a lot and try to get straighter lines, so I feel like, I don't know, there's just a lot of little details that I thought turned out well. Some things that I could have done better, I was a little sloppy in a couple of places with my inking. Like, I wasn't paying attention, so I drew lines where there shouldn't have been lines and things. I think at the end, when everything's colored, you really can't tell, but I can tell. So I wish that I had not made those mistakes, but I don't think it ruins the image. I just have to be more careful in the future. Some other things I could have done better, like I said, with doing the walls, I felt the walls could have been better, trying that technique. I just chose such a simple design that it just didn't come across. So next time I think I would go for something with more detail in it. So overall, I feel like this was a good image. I I think that I'm improving, especially, you know, when I go back and you're welcome to do this, to go back and look at the first video of my Princess and the Frog video, or the Frog Prince. And when you look at that and then you look at this, I feel like there's such a big difference. And it's only been about 5 weeks or so that I've been doing this. I think this is my 5th illustration. And I feel like I've just jumped so much from that image to this image. And this image, I don't feel like this is my best image. I definitely feel that probably my strongest is my Rapunzel, just because there was so little going on. I had to put in so much detail, so I feel like she was probably my strongest image so far. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of really strong things going on in this image that I just wouldn't have been able to do in the first couple that I did. So if you look at both side by side, I feel like I'm improving, that it's getting better. And and one of the things I did, I actually went out and got a Copic marker. Everybody raves about Copic markers. They're super expensive. So I bought one because buying one cost more than I would spend on even like a whole package of markers. So I bought one to see how it felt compared to the Prismacolor that I've been using. And I actually was a little disappointed because I felt like, oh, this was going to be like this huge difference. And maybe because I only had one to work with, or it wasn't a color that I used on a large area, I didn't really notice a huge difference. Which, I mean, there's a part of me that maybe I'm fighting it because Prismacolors you can find on sale and they're generally less expensive because of that than the Copic, the, you know, wonderful expensive Copic markers. But it was funny because when I bought the one Copic marker at the store, the lady at the checkout was like, oh, I love Copic, that's what I use the most. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm trying it. And I'm like, I'm really using Prismacolor right now. And she said, oh, I hate Prismacolor. Oh, I can't stand working with them. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I am setting myself up here. But actually, I didn't really notice a huge difference. So I don't know. I think I'll stick with my Prismacolor for a while. Maybe I'll try a few more Copic markers, but I'm enjoying what I have right now. So yeah, so this was a fun illustration, a few things that I did differently, and I hope you guys liked the video. If you get a chance, check out my book. If you read it and you like it, or I guess even if you don't like it, you can leave a review. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. So look for Unmasking Cassandra on Amazon by Tony Larson. It's awesome. If you like this and you want more videos and fun stuff, consider checking out my Patreon page because I've got more stuff, more bonus stuff on there. Helps me out. You get extra stuff. It's awesome. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Thursday.
Mom's not here, so she can see us. Whoa. Mommy's videos is awesome. What we do with them? We play all Mommy's videos. Live life unmasked.